Hello again in this magical installment of spiritual wisdom. I'm grateful to all of you who follow me here, and if you're new here, my name is Nicholas, and on my channel I talk about witchcraft, Wicca, paganism, self-love, and all manner of spiritual topics. Today I'm going to be talking about the one person I know who tells the truth about hecate. Now, besides myself, I know when I talk about hecate, I'm talking about my experience. I'm also talking about what I know about her from a historical point of view as well, because it's important when working with gods and goddesses to know a little bit about their mythology. How they were, Hecate being a Greek goddess, how she was worshipped in ancient Greece and antiquity, but also how in our orange go further in Greece. But it's good to know the mythology of a deity, how the people worshipped a particular deity, how they saw that deity. And it's good to create that personal, universal relationship. Now, Sarah, the divination witch, now I highly recommend checking Sarah out because Sarah is the one person I know here on YouTube. Now, I don't know her personally, Sarah. I've never spoke to her in person. I've never done a video with Sarah. But I do follow Sarah's channel, the divination witch. I do follow her, and I agree with a lot of her points of view. And she's got a full playlist about Goddess Hecate. And one thing that me and Sarah sort of noticed, or I noticed it, but so does Sarah, there's lots of misconceptions about Goddess Hecate. And Sarah calls out those misconceptions. So to those of you who follow me here, I would highly recommend checking Sarah's channel out. So her name's Sarah, but her channel's the Divination Witch. So I'd highly recommend checking her channel out because she's the one person I know that tells the truth about Hecate. What I also love about Sarah, if she sees other people saying things about Hecate where a lot of BS, a lot of nonsense, she'll call them out in it. Because sometimes people say, oh, I've worked with Hecate, but I don't want to work with her ever again, or I'm not going to work with her ever again. They say that, but from my perspective, they say that because maybe Hecate's got that individual to a point, because Hecate helps you heal, but not healing by running away. Hecate helps you heal by facing your inner demons, by facing your worries, your fears, your trauma. Hecate gets you to acknowledge them, accept them, and learn from them. But a lot of people, they don't want to face their trauma. They don't want to face their inner demons. So they blame Hecate for, they blame Hecate because they blame Hecate for their trauma when Hecate was just trying to help them and heal them from their trauma, And Sarah's talked about this in her channel as well. People work with Hecate, but they get scared and then they run away and they blame Hecate, but that's not Hecate. It's either a mixture of their religious trauma, or if it was Hecate they're working with, Hecate was just trying to help them, but that individual did not understand what Hecate is going to help you by facing your fears and worries and doing shadow work. So Hecate is going to get you to a point to accept your fears, your insecurities, past traumas. She's going to get you to that point to face those traumas, those fears, and heal from them. And Sarah the Divination Witch has spoke about that on her channel. And I just love Sarah because she does do readings for people like me, and she does a lot of deity confirmations in her readings. So she always talks about different gods, different spirits, but with a level of respect and understanding. And Hecate's a big part of Sarah's life, just like Hecate's a big part of my life. And Sarah, Hecate can be vengeful. Sarah's talked about that. She's usually not vengeful, but she can be. But she's very loving, compassionate, very wise as well. And Hecate is a very complex, wonderful being. And Sarah the Divination Witch, she explains all this. She talks about all this on her channel. And that's why I would highly recommend to those of you who follow me here to check Sarah out, the Divination Witch, and check her playlist, because she's the only person I know here on YouTube. Now, as I do follow other people here, if there's other people on YouTube that tell the truth about goddess Hecate they're they're telling the truth, and what they're saying comes from a place of understanding and respect, then I will give their channel a shout, their name. But Sarah does talk about Hecate from a level of, even though Sarah explains she's not a historian, she does talk about what she does know about based on her knowledge of Hecate's history and myths. And she always talks about Hecate from a level of love, respect and understanding. Just as I try to, because when you love someone, you do try and talk about them from a place of respect, love and understanding. And I would love to, be on the pod, to talk to Sarah in person in some way or capacity. But I do support her by following her channel. And to those of you that follow me here, I'd highly recommend checking her channel out, because she's the only person I know, not personally, but I've watched her content, and whenever she does content about Hecate, it always comes from a place of experience, a place of love and respect, and she always talks about Mother, which is Hecate, with great love and respect. That's why I'd highly recommend checking her channel out, and she's got so much knowledge and a wonderful person to learn from as well. As always, to all of you who watch me here, my intention is to share knowledge, because it's knowledge, I talk a lot about different types of spiritual knowledge, but it's knowledge, self-love, these manifestation, all these types of things are going to help change and transform your life for the better. And Hecate is a transformative goddess, but again, I also know some people might be interested in Hecate, they might show her love and respect, but they're not interested in working with her, not because they're afraid, they're just not interested. And Hecate's not for everyone, but to those of you that watch me here and are interested in Goddess Hecate and want to learn more about her, I will be making more videos about her, but also I encourage you to check Sarah the Divination Witch as well. Because to me, the purpose of me making this channel was to help people to clear up the misconceptions about witchcraft, Wicca, paganism, and just to share my knowledge, my perspective on different occult and magical things, and to help beginners and to even more people experience their practice to help them as well. But as always, have a wonderful magical day, and the one person I know here that tells the truth about Hecate is Sarah the Divination Witch. Sarah is her name, but her channel's the Divination Witch, and I highly recommend checking her out. So I hope you have a wonderful and amazing day. May meet, may part again. Blessed be.